Hello, hi everyone. Hey Satek, are you here? Okay,
Hi, Donald. Yes, I am here.
great.
Can you
Okay,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I let me just give me a second. Let me just gain my bearings. I think we had a little bit of technical difficulties over there. Just give
Yeah.
me a second. And great, I think we are here. Okay, cool. I think we are more or less back on air. I Let me just
Awesome.
do a quick check with everyone. Can we see? Great. Okay, we can see people streaming in. I think okay, that's good. Okay, cool. I think we are here. So I think with thanks for sticking with us through that little bit of a hiccup. I think we're all back on air right now. So today we have Satek from the team from Findr, who is here to really kind of like showcase and answer questions about his app. Showcase how it works, and for basically all the community members who are looking to kind of like start integrating AI into your workspace tools and apps. I think this is one of the leading tools that can do so. So I think without further ado, rather than let me waffle on, I'll just gonna let Satek maybe share a little bit more about what Finder is all about. Satek, maybe you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Thanks a lot, Donald, for the brief introduction. Hey, everyone. Again, back with another webinar. Would love to share more about what we're doing at Finder, right? I will quickly take over my screen and, just maybe do a small monologue, do a small presentation, and then maybe show a bit of our product. And from there, we can, I think, then take over the questions, right? So just bear with me for this presentation and then we can move forward. So yeah, bit about Finder as this slide says. Finder is AI powered answers using your workplace apps. So this is essentially what you're trying to solve. Whatever question you have about your day-to-day work, you can ask Finder and it will essentially solve that. Think of it as maybe Chat GPT but on your work apps, right? So that can be an analogy for that. Um, our solution, AI, again, reiterating that AI that answers all work related questions. What is our vision? We want to be our go to AI assistant for everything around work, whether it be it answering questions, whether it be it generating, content on on that particular knowledge, or whether it be it performing certain tasks, right? So we want to be that go to AI assistant. That is our vision, and that's what we're working for. Um, Bit about team. I mean, company is as good as its team, right? So bit about so we are 7 people and we have three co-founders. It's three of us. Nishkash, before this, he used to work as a product and growth person at a Silicon Valley based company. Grew them from 1k MAU to 150k MAU. Also did a lot of product for them. He's a LSE graduate, and that's bit about him. Then Utkarsh, he handles large bit of a tech, like he's leading a tech. He was HD at Amazon before that. Was part of a global crawler team, which as a technology is sort of core to us. So he has experience in that, and again a great tech guy, graduate from university in India. Then bit about me. Before this, I used to work at an angel fund, or a so-called VC fund based out of New Delhi, India. Analyzed a lot of startups, talked with multiple founders, saw how things run, how startups are generally run, and again a graduate from a university in India, right? That's a bit about us. Then we, apart from that, we have one front end person, one designer, one ML, and few interns. So that's a construct of our team, and yeah, few more consultants. That's a bit about our team as well. So yeah, the main question: what does Finder AI has to offer? Finder essentially is a workplace search engine, which is whatever question you have in mind, whatever thing you want to search, just ask it to Finder, it will give you an answer for that. Second is AI assistant. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have certain results, you have gotten certain answer, and now you want to generate content on top of it, or you want to ask further questions to it. So just like chat GPT, right? So you can now, with Finder, you can ask those sort of questions. More of a conversational AI is what we are talking about here. Then third is multiple account support. What I mean by that is, let's say you use 5 Gmail IDs, so you can now connect all of those 5 Gmail IDs with Finder, and search across all of that context, or search across all of that data with Finder itself. And you can do the same for organizations as well. So that's essentially the Finder platform. Donald, I think I.
Yeah, I think you're back on there.
Oh, I was not here.
Yeah, I think your browser crashed or something like that. But yeah, why don't you continue? Uh,
So where did I left? Can you help me with
yeah, what?
that?
Yeah, you're here on the slide.
Yeah. So like, did I cover workplace search?
Uh, I think you covered
No.
multiple Gmail accounts. Then I think that's
Okay.
where I left. Yeah,
Oh, awesome. Sorry for that. I don't
no,
know
no
what
problem.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah. So essentially, yeah. So essentially, that's it. Like you, if you have Slack, if you use maybe Outlook, you can connect multiple accounts of those particular application, and that's it about multi account support. And then we have preview. By preview, I mean, instead of leaving Finder to get contact or get the content of that result, you can view that content from Finder itself. So that's more about preview, because we don't want you to spend time on things that you shouldn't spend time on, right? So that's a functionality of this feature. Now, why Finder is here for long term? I mean, I keep hearing this thing that, hey, LTD tools shut down, and there's this whole fear among the market that, hey, if I buy a tool right now, will it sustain for long term or not? We have good reasons why we will sustain in this market. One of them is we already have existing customers. I should have actually updated this slide. Now we have 5 customers. So since in past 20 days, we already closed 2 more organizations. We have awesome investors with us. For investors from US and India both have backed us. And one third main reason is that growing market. So this whole market of enterprise search, or AI in your workplace, is a very large market. And it's growing at a phenomenal speed. I mean, every day the keyword that we're targeting, the volumes for that increase at least by 40-50% every week. And that too, for us, is very like difficult to comprehend that how can we actually keep up with that. So essentially, I think the one of the main reason why our whole team is very motivated for building Finder is that we want to at least, if not winner, we can be second or third player in this market, if we play well, and if we play our cards right. So yeah, these are the 3 main reasons why I think Finder is here for long term. Integrations, so we support these 10 integrations, which is Gmail, G Drive, Notion, Slack, OneDrive, Jira, Confluence, and whole Microsoft ecosystem. Apart from that, we also support now Dropbox, we also support HubSpot, we also support Salesforce, and we are also launching Asana and Shortcut soon. And again, we are launching 1 to 2 integrations every week, and that's our development plan is. Um, Now, what about security and compliance, right? I mean, I think this is one of the biggest questions that LTD community have, like, till now. So we are already SOC 2 and ISO compliant. We are going for GDPR. I mean, we've already gone for GDPR. It will take us, I think, at max 3 to 2 weeks from here. That's I Before this call, I just had a call with our vendor, so I ended up that call. They're telling us 2 to 3 weeks we will be GDPR compliant. We're also going for HIPAA compliancy, so that's also there. Apart from that, we don't store any data. You can read that on a privacy policy. So none of your data, whether it's the query that you're typing, which is, the question that you're asking, comes to us. None of your content comes to us. We only store your analytics data, which is, hey, did you perform a query? Hey, did you click on a result? Hey, did you perform XYZ task? That is what we store, and we want to, be very wary of the fact that we never store your data, because that was one of the main reason why we started this company. And yeah, we don't want to, now break that rule. So yeah, we are very much secure and compliant. You can trust us with that. So yeah, these are few of the companies that trust us. I need to update this and add those two company logo as well. These are pretty much technology companies based out of India, based out of US, and one in Europe as well now. So I mean, yeah, pretty much we have companies from every part, like, larger part of the world. Um, Few common FAQs. So one of the most asked integrate one of the most asked demand is that, hey, can you support local storage? Supporting local storage is a difficult task. It will take us 3 to 4 months even from today. That is what I've been telling to everyone in the community. Please bear with us, we are building that. It will take us some time, but yes, it will come up with that. Second question has been around our integrations plan. As I mentioned, we are planning to launch 1 to 2 integrations every week. This week we are launching Shortcut and hopefully Asana as well. And we plan to do that, for at least till we scale up to 50 integrations. And third question generally comes around chat with limitations on our pricing. So few people have this question that, hey, let's say in tier 5 you have 5,000 chat results per month, right? And like, what if I exhaust them? So if you exhaust them, you can then bring your own key and then you will have unlimited results. It's not like you can only use 5,000 chat results. That is from our end. Apart after that, you can use your own key and have unlimited chat with results. So that is third most common FAQ. I hope these are answered, and I would love to take any more questions. Yeah, so that's it for the presentation. Donald, what do you suggest? Should I present the app or should I first take the questions that we have in the chat?
Yeah, it'll be good, really good to catch the a demo of the app. I think it's really one thing to think about what the app can do, but seeing it in action is important. What's the user experience like? How does it? Do we have granular control of what the app is searching for? I think
Yeah.
these things can be answered through the demo.
Sure, let me do that then. So this is my window. I am on Mac. I just need to press Option Space. So this is our desktop app. We have a Windows app. We have a Mac app. We also have a web app and a mobile app, a progressive mobile app. So basically, you can use you will not find Finder on App Store, but you can download it and as an APK, and then you can start using it. So essentially, you can use Finder everywhere, whichever window you are sitting in. You can use Finder there. Let me try and connect one of the integrations with Finder. So I just need to click on this Add More button. I will be taken to this whole OAuth flow. I need to select the account. So I've selected this account. Typical, again, Google OAuth. Continue. It will take few seconds from here. And yeah, this account is now connected with Finder. Um, yeah, it will take time to reload, and it is showing me that I've connected these three accounts. Similarly, you can connect G drives, like whatever integrations essentially we support, you can connect those accounts with Finder, right? So now I can come on this window, and let's try and search few queries. So something like maybe um, outreach shared by my team. So now what Finder will do is it will go through this whole query. It will understand it, and yeah, it has given me certain results. So essentially, it understood this query, and it has given me results from VP of CS. So this outreach template, it has given me results from Notion, and yeah, that's how it is. And it has also returned something like, your team has created outreach template for VP of Customer Success, CRO, CTO, Head of Technology, and CIO, which it has taken context from these particular results, right? Now, let's say if I want to view this particular result, what I can do is I can just click here. Um, it will take, sorry for that. Essentially, it should have shown this, but essentially what happens is you can see the preview of the whole result, and I just need to click on this, and then I will be taken to that particular document as well. So essentially what happens is this whole content is shown here. That's how it is. Maybe some bug over here. But yeah, now let's do one more thing. Let's say if I want Finder to maybe generate one email. Maybe I want to use Finder to generate one email for product teams based on this content. So I can just ask Finder something like email for product teams based on these templates. So again, Finder will understand this query. It will take content from all of these results, and then it will return me certain answer, which is subject, elevate your product team collaboration. If you see here, subject scattered customer insight, which is pretty much similar. So it has taken context of this particular document, and it has returned me this particular result, which is A, it has followed this format, and B, it has also taken into context that hey, I'm talking with product teams here. So yeah, uh, essentially that's what Finder is about. You can ask questions like, hey, when was my last call with Donald? Or hey, did I make an proposal based on the topic like AI and its initiatives in modern day workplace? Or essentially any question that you have in your day-to-day life, right? You can ask Finder that, and Finder will essentially return that to you. So we recently also launched our HubSpot integration and Dropbox integration, right? So people have been using that for asking questions like, what is the status update of this client? So it goes through that HubSpot. It goes through the whatever status update is. Let's say it's in nurturing stage, it's in final stage. It brings that results, and yeah, this is another use case that you can use Finder for.
Mm,
So yeah, I think this is pretty much it about Finder. There are a few more smaller features, which is bookmarks. If I click over here, I will be
mm,
taken to that particular result, and then something like search history. But yeah, that you can explore while you start using the apps. So yeah,
got it.
essentially this bookmarks and history.
Okay, no problem. I have a bit of some questions, right?
Yeah,
Is it okay if we maybe see let's continue seeing the share screen?
yeah. Give
Yeah,
me a second. Just,
no problem.
yeah,
So, I guess where I'm coming from, right, is if you've seen the latest iterations of um, ChatGPT's data analyzer and also the new OneDrive and Google Drive integrations, right? And the new data integrations where they can, for example, things like creating custom GPTs
yeah,
with data like Google's like Notebook LLM that's storing files that you can query the files and generate generative AI content based on the info stored in the things, and also I would say, yeah, even like the ChatGPT's 4.0's like new data analyzer, right? Or
yeah,
say for example, Perplexity's um, uh, engine where they will crawl the search results, and then I can use their their AI model, right, to generate like full write-ups on all the search results and compile the thing for me. I guess where I'm coming from is right now we're seeing trying to understand the product's direction, because right now we're seeing very much a case whereby you can use Finder for querying of data, simplistic query and lookups and everything. Will it reach the point where it's become much more, I would say, um, for one of a better word, a little bit like Perplexity, where it's like generating full answers and giving you like complex answers, right, based on um, data sources that it is pulling from different sources. So, like for example, I can tell it to, ask it to curate. I do a find like certain documents across all of
yeah,
my Notion, my Google Drive, and everything. I can say I want to look at these documents, and then I can use the query, the data to pull in, and then use Gen AI to use Finder's Gen AI, right, to generate like a full result. So maybe combine these 4 or 5 sources, right, and give me like a like a like an entire write up about um, my sales team's search results, or like combine yeah, so things like that. And also like what is the LLM under the hood, right? uh are you using your own proprietary LLM? Are you using things like GPT-4o, or so I think kind of like wanting to dig a little bit deeper on things.
yeah. Sure. I think I was about to show this, but let me answer a question. So you,
Mm,
you mentioned this particular question that hey, what has been happening with my sales team? Oh, let's say over the past 1 week, right?
mm,
I essentially get the question around that, right? And also mentioned a bit about Chat GPT being turning into a data analyzer, right? Essentially, first you can already do that stuff with Finder to a larger extent. You can already ask Finder that, hey, what all meetings did I sort of booked in this coming week? So Finder will go through all of those dates. It will get the metadata of it, and then it will bring that those meetings to you. But this that level of robustness that you're talking about, which is, hey, summarize my last week work, that will be built in, let's say, next 3-4 months, and we're already working on that. There's this company called Glean. They
Mm,
have executed it really well, and I think we should be there in next 3 to 4 months at max, because we've achieved a lot of it. All of this is done through metadata, and our team internally is right now working heavily on metadata, how to use metadata to answer questions. We've already cracked 30-40% of it, and next 60-70% will be cracked in next 1.5 months, as I mentioned, right? So essentially, yes, in 3 months you can see, you can ask as robust question as you mentioned right now, which is, maybe summarize my last 1 year where I mentioned about Japan trip. I don't know, a random query like that. So it will go through all of your last 1 year questions, and then it will summarize all of that. Yes, that can be done with Finder. Just give us 2-3 months. I think second question was more around the technology that we use under Hood, right? We use search APIs of all of these applications, which are, by that I mean Gmail, G Drive, Slack, all of the search APIs of these applications. So we break down your query, whichever query you write over here, right? We break it down into multiple combinations which we feel might be best for individual app. Then we hit those query to these applications. These applications then give us maybe hundreds of results, maybe even in some cases 300-400 results, and then we show you the top 10, top 20, top 50 results out of those. So that is our under our technology. We hit those apps with multiple queries, and then we show you the best results for re-ranking engine. Instead of downloading it, which is what our
mm,
competitor is doing right now. We don't
mm.
want to download that because that will be a security breach, and we don't want to get into that playing field of dealing with your data, because your data should be yours, not ours. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay. And right now, like in terms of like use cases in real life, right? What are some of your customers like? What are you finding like? How are some of your customers doing them? Whether that's
Yeah.
on marketing teams, operations teams, sales teams, customer service. Like what are getting most success out from using Finder with?
I will tell you three use cases that people are using Finder for. First, CXOs are using it a lot. So CXOs, as you mentioned, the question like this, like, hey, what did my team talk about this XYZ topic today? So essentially, instead of reading, let's say, a 50-thread email, or 40 line conversation, or 40 conversations, they just Finder just summarizes that for them, and they are done in 1 minute. So this is one of the best use case that CXOs are using it for. Another use case is by marketing teams. Marketing teams are using Finder a lot to reproduce their content. What I mean by that is, a lot of marketing teams actually write 40 to 50% of content that have already written. So it's a lot of duplication by these marketing teams. So marketing teams are writing on Finder that, hey, have I written any content about this topic before? So Finder goes through all of that. Finder says that, hey, I've written five pieces before about this topic, and then you can ask Finder, hey, can you write me another piece based on these topics and this certain context, which is, hey, can you write another piece for this, let's say, for bobble.ai, based on the content that I've already written. So this is one of the main use cases that marketing teams are using it for, and it's saving them hours because they don't have to rewrite it again, and they don't have to search for it again. So they already have a base that they can build on. So that is a second use case that marketing teams are using it for. Third use case that you mentioned very rightly, which is operations team. Operations team have so many questions day in and day out, which is, hey, like, hey, did that customer made the payment, or what was the requirement of that customer, or what did my team member say about this particular topic, right? Like this generic operations questions, right? They have so many questions that if they keep calling their teammate, or if they keep bugging the customer, it generally wastes hours and hours of their time. So instead of that, they're just asking it to Finder, and Finder is returning that result maybe in 10, 15, or 20 seconds at max. So yeah, these are the top three use cases that are we are seeing our customers use it for. And by that I mean your organizational customers. There are individual customers who are using it for different use cases. So yeah, these are the use cases that we're seeing people use Finder for right now.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And when it comes to things like bring your own key, right? What kind
Yeah.
of keys does Finder accept right now? Is it just OpenAI API keys or?
Yeah, so right now we support OpenAI, and reason for that is um, we have done a lot of internal testing with lot of LLMs. We have tested GPTs, we have tested Cohere, we have also tested your Facebook's Llamas, Mistral, and we found OpenAI to be best. To be very honest, although there are so many talks in the town about different Anthropics and everything else, and that's why we are only supporting GPT for now. But yes, as we go ahead, we're building it for other LLMs. We just want a tool to perform best right now. That's why it's open to OpenAI GPT-4 and GPT-4o for now.
Got it. Okay. Okay. That seems very fair. I think with that, I'm gonna start maybe sharing some of the comments from the Q&A portion so that we can maybe ask any questions. Let's see what we can do. Um, that sorry, let me just find the comments. Okay. Yeah. Let's try and let's get it going. Okay, I guess first question is what platforms do you intend to integrate in the coming 6 months?
The coming 6 months. So I can share a list of the platforms that we plan to like. I mean, there is a roadmap, so you can obviously see it from there. But like, I can tell you the tools that we're integrating this week. Where can I send a message? Uh, Donald, will it be possible for you to maybe go to our website and just
Sure.
send that roadmap link? Because for some reason I cannot do it. But let me answer your question.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we are launching Shortcut and hopefully Asana as well. Then we have a list of applications. Hopefully we will also launch P Cloud. I know LTD community is asking about it a lot. We're working on that. But there are essentially 50 integrations that you're planning to launch in next 3 to 4 months. I can share the list of it with the community, and you can also get in it in a roadmap. Like you can check it roadmap on the top.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Okay, give me a second. It's not showing the right tab. Let me share this tab.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You see? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this tab in the idea section, no, people have added so many integrations, and that's how we are collecting interest for integrations. Like ClickUp is there, Monday is there, GitHub is there. See, right? So that's how
Yeah.
we're collecting interest, and based on interest, Coda is also there. Basecamp was also one of the requested ones. So based on the interest is how we're building integrations.
Got
So
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But we will have
Okay.
50 integrations. Just to answer your question, we will have 50 integrations in next 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah. I think a few more questions. On security, will our data be kept secure?
uh, does your data be like you by that, if you mean your data, as I mentioned, we never store your data. We don't have any PII data of yours. We have no search content of yours. We don't store query of yours. So essentially
Yeah.
we don't store any data. The only data that we store is your Gmail ID, analytics, and maybe your name that we get from Firebase. And even for that, we are, as I mentioned, SOC 2, ISO, GDPR, HIPAA, like too soon to be HIPAA compliant.
Right.
And I think that should sort of protect it by a great margin. So yeah,
Yeah.
yes, data
Yeah.
is secure.
Yeah. So I think maybe one of the questions is, because the searches, right, are based on the search API and also based on metadata and everything, right? So how, I guess maybe one question, one I think relevant question is how fast the search will be or how effective it will be, since it depends on the quality of the platform that you're um work querying. I guess it's like if let's say for example OneDrive isn't being cooperative, right? That how effective, how does it hamper uh Finder, I guess.
Yeah. So see, again, taking this approach has its own drawbacks and its pros, right? So first of all, our search generally stays between 5 to 15 seconds. Again, based on multiple factors, it can be how interactive the APIs are, and again, we're trying to reduce that. We're trying to bring it down to maybe a standard 5 second or 4 second, right? Second is, yes, what if the APIs don't interact or don't cooperate that much? Then we might find difficulty getting result from that particular app, right? But again, that's why we are very picky of the apps that we introduce. We want apps that are very robust APIs, to be introduced in Finder. And so yeah, that's how we are sort of ensuring this. And we're trying to do a 80-20 solution, which is we can solve 80% of the problem with 20% of the applications right now. We're picking that approach. And later on, obviously, we'll improve as we go by it. Maybe we'll work with teams to build their APIs. And yeah, so we are doing that with Intercom, by the way. So Intercom search API was down. So we emailed them, and now we are working with their team to sort of make it better and better. Otherwise, we would have already launched Intercom as well. So yeah, that's how we're doing it.
Got it. Okay. Okay. And this and I think one of the questions is how does Finder know the relevance of the search outputs based on a query?
See, I mean, that's how we build a re-ranking system, right? So that's a secret. Yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
took a lot of time. Like we started a year ago, so we have taken a year to figure out these stuff like these whole things.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys like consult the latest like Google search factors leak on the?
Yeah. So one good fact about us is, so one of our principal architect at Google, who actually have built search at McKinsey as well before, is
Hmm.
our advisor. So we have been working with him for past 1 year to make our search very robust. So
Hmm.
like we actually have folks from Google helping us and McKinsey helping us build our search.
Got it. Got it. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, Google for sure. McKinsey. Okay. Anyway, that's another topic altogether. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all great. I'm yeah. I wanted to just maybe like invite you to share a little bit more about I think the current deal you have on AppSumo, and maybe share about like your thoughts about what do you plan to kind of like do with regards to getting this particular LTD? Like, what are your motivations on as far as things go? Yeah.
So you mean the motivation with doing AppSumo launch, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So, see, our motivation for doing an AppSumo launch was to get feedback. I mean, so whichever friend of mine has done an AppSumo launch or an LTD launch, one thing that they short is that hey, you get ton of feedback, and
Mm,
that is what we're seeing already. Like, I mean, we've changed our app more in last 20 days than we did in last 3 months. So, I think we're getting ton of feedback from the LTD community. That was one of the main reasons. Second was we also wanted to explore more and more use cases, because since it's a very broad pool, right? We're already getting so many use cases that we didn't think about. So that was our second reason. And a third reason was to get the money, but it was not that big of a primary purpose, because you already have customers and you already have money with us. But yeah, so like I mean, feedback and improving app and improving bugs was one of the main reason of launching an app Suma. And again, getting the love of the community is always a brownie point for that. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I think you'll be surprised. I think a lot of people will be surprised like how important it is to actually get feedback more than anything, because having spoken to quite a number of founders, right? Especially in the early stages, you don't know what you don't know, and like get putting it
Yes.
your app in the hands of as many people as possible, so that they can kind of like use it or trash it, or just hack it, or give $101 for you to fix. That kind of like helps to accelerate the development of the app, especially in the competitive circles. Yeah, so I think for those who are really looking to, put some search capabilities and AI into their workspace, and build a general intelligence AI that can kind of like support them in understanding their information and the operations that's going on in all their connected apps. Have a look at Finder. I think one last question from the people in the chat. I just dropped out, which is so as you scale in terms of integration, will the team kind of like factor in necessary resources to maintain API changes?
Yes, so we have partnered up with one organization who actually specialize in this,
Mm,
and it took us a lot of time to partner up with them. And yeah, so they are the experts in that, and they are handling it for us. And yeah, so that's how we plan to cater it. And any which way, see, we're planning to go for our next fundraise in some time. We already have numbers for that, and we are in talks for that. So we will expand our team, so that will also help us, in maintaining those APIs as we move forward. So yeah, I think it's a money and team problem that I think we will solve eventually, and we already have a great partner for this.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's very true. And I think with that in mind, I think we've sort of come to the end of our live stream. I'd like to kind of like thank Shatak and the team from Finder from sharing so much. And I would kind of like also invite anybody who who's checking out the video to check out Finder and ask any questions that you may have about the app in our thread in the Facebook group. Yeah, I think the team from Shatek and the team from Finder will be on hand to answer any of your questions. So, do you want to share like roughly when the lifetime deal will be running into?
Yeah, so we were actually planning to first end it on 20th of June, but now I think after talking with the Absumo team, we're planning to end it on 30th June. So by end
Mm,
of this month, like at max, it will stay by end of this month,
mm,
or maybe sometime even before that. But yeah, we are not staying more than that on Absumo.
got it, got it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the feedback's great. The information is good, but I think it's time to hunker down
Yeah,
and do a lot of the development already.
yeah, we are already focusing on MRR now. So yeah, our whole focus is on MRR at this point. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear. Okay, I guess with that in mind, I'd like to thank Shatak and the team, and I'd like to thank all the community members for taking the time out to join us on this Friday. Check out the videos, check out our group, continue the discussion, and we look forward to seeing you on the next live stream. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks
Have
a
a good
lot.
weekend. Bye bye.
Awesome. Bye. Yeah.